There's a light that shines bright in Kansas City, a radiance that enlightens the lives of men and women, a light that has created hundreds of thousands of bright futures. That light is Metropolitan Community College. The light was ignited 96 years ago when the first 293 students enrolled in a new college. It continues today when more than 40,000 students each year come to 5 beautiful area campuses of MCC: Blue River, Business and Technology, Longview, Maple Woods, and Penn Valley. MCC's success story reflects the growth and development of Kansas City and its area communities. Almost every profession boasts graduates from our college, and numerous area universities welcome our well-prepared transfer students to their doors. MCC's light has been magnified beyond measure by the support of its community partners. Together, they have been a beacon to the Kansas City community. No community partner has made a larger impact on MCC than the Francis Family Foundation. Parker B. Francis, founder of the Puritan Bennett Company, established a foundation bearing his name in 1951. Since then, 3 generations of the Francis family have been generously supporting important philanthropic causes. In addition to their support for a nationally recognized pulmonary research program, they have touched almost every art and cultural organization in the community. But perhaps their most significant investment locally has been their commitment to early childhood education. In the early 70s, Penn Valley was selected as the site for developing a nursery school training program, the first of its kind in Missouri. When MCC first offered a program in early childhood development, Penn Valley graduated on average only 1 to 2 students annually because there was no demand for qualified child care professionals.
You know, in the early days, the 70s, it was called daycare, and we didn't really concentrate on early learning because we didn't have any data to understand the importance of it. But John and Mary Harris knew.
In 1990, John and Mary Harris Francis were driven by the belief that the care of young children and the education of young children should not be separated. They asked Jan Kramer, president of the Greater Kansas City Community Foundation, how they could carry out this vision.
I met the Francises in the first year of my presidency as the head of the Community Foundation. He had asked if I'd come over to talk about the Community Foundation and the roles that we played. What ended up happening that day is John and I ended up talking a lot about his career and what he and his family really had for their hopes and dreams for their philanthropy.
The partnership between the Francis family and Jan blossomed into a vision of creating brighter futures for children in the Kansas City community.
He had such a vision as to what he wanted to get accomplished. Not exactly how he would get there, but he knew he wanted to help children. But I want to do something that'll allow us to help many, many children. I want to scale it. I want to work with other partners. And Jan, if we get into something, I want to stay with it for a long time. He wanted quality leadership, and the Metropolitan Community College came to mind immediately. When you think about innovation in higher education, you think of the Metropolitan Community College.
Over the past 20 years, the Francis Family Foundation has invested over $20 million at MCC Penn Valley, including building a state-of-the-art child development lab school and creating a national model for the training and education of teachers and practitioners.
Let's take the education and training out to the community. It seems simple, but at that time it was revolutionary.
It made it easy for me because I didn't have transportation at the time, and when I was at work, I didn't have to find ways to get to the college. And with the college providing the teacher to come to me, it was more accessible.
Another emphasis of the program was individualized support by faculty.
Miss Mary Svoboda Chalet is, there are not enough words to express how much I appreciate her helping me through my journey and my educational journey. She is my mentor. I'll always look to her.
The new Resource Center brought technical assistance out to family child care homes and community-based child care settings to help providers improve the quality of their care and education.
And I used to think about Barbara Mandrell. You know, Barbara Mandrell had a song that she was country when country wasn't cool. And I often thought of John as having early learning before early learning was cool.
The support provided by the Francis Family Foundation to the college in the early 90s helped to trigger more than $70 million in investment in early childhood education over the following 20 years by Kansas City's philanthropic and corporate community.
With the help of the Francis Family Foundation and other foundations, we started a pilot quality rating and improvement system. There were two remarkable findings. One is that a 3-star program is good, and a kid will get better in a 3-star program. That's good. Kids get better in an average program. But the other startling finding was that kids in 1- and 2-star programs actually regress. They do less well, which is remarkable to me, because I always assumed if you were in something, that would be better than nothing, but it's not true.
The investments in the college made by the foundation have paid huge dividends. The programs of the Francis Institute have helped Penn Valley increase its graduation rate tenfold and reach several thousand providers each year, positively impacting the lives of thousands upon thousands of children throughout Kansas City. In fact, Kansas City now ranks among the top 3 communities in the country for the number of accredited child development centers per capita. Today, the support provided by the 3rd generation of Francis family members has helped to support training developed by the Resource Center locally, which is now being delivered nationally and internationally, improving the quality of early learning programs for hundreds of thousands of children worldwide.
Investment in early childhood education remains as important as it did 20 or 30 years ago when this community looked at it. And all you have to do is take a look at all of the reports. The number one thing they say that we must invest in is early childhood.
It is such a can-do, will-do environment at the college that I think, at least in my mind, and I may be giving too much to this, but at least in my mind, is a living representation of what Mr. Francis wanted.
Them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
The strategic investments by the Francis Family Foundation are making a difference in the lives of children, youth, and families. And no community partner has made a bigger difference at MCC than this family foundation and its board of directors. For this, we extend a heartfelt thank you.